What a great day to have ears. I just heard something incredible. Typically, I'm pretty quick to spit on Twitter. If there was a leaderboard for Twitter haters, I imagine I'd be towards the top percentile there. I get up extra early to insult that platform. But I've got to give credit where credit is due. They just implemented an amazing system that allows users to see where accounts were created, like where they're based out of. And I genuinely think this is one of the best changes that platform has seen, especially in the current day and age. I'm sure by now all of you are familiar with dead internet theory. I probably don't need to rehash that. I've even made a whole video going over it. This kind of change to that platform, I think, paints the clearest picture for the reality that we live in for the current cyberspace climate. Tons and tons of accounts that are preaching things about like American politics or this and that have now been outed as being foreign-based, not actually American. And of course, that's only one of many things that have spawned as a result of this change, all of which I think are extremely positive to real people that try and engage on the World Wide Web. Every single day, and I've gone over the stats before, but every single day, people are led to believe that they're interacting with one another when they go to a social platform like Twitter. But the reality is, according to the data, 60% of all internet activity is bots. It's not real. It's fraudulent. You are not interacting with a human, most likely. You are more likely to be interacting with just some kind of fucking rage bait algorithm or something that's constantly like poking you, pushing your buttons to keep you engaged because it's making them money somewhere in the pipeline. Now, to clear up some confusion, it's not doxing its users. I've seen a lot of people crying foul, trying to force feed farts down people's throats about like how this is a huge violation of trust. And I think you guys know me by now. I'm someone who preaches the value of privacy, which is unfortunately just completely dead in the modern day and age. No matter what you do, privacy has completely vanished at this point, and people have welcomed it with a smile on their face. So even though privacy has become basically just toilet paper for organizations to wipe their ass with, I do still think that there needs to be something users can do to stay, off the grid to some certain extent. But when it comes to this, I actually think Twitter did a pretty good job of ensuring that it's not actually putting their users at risk from this location data. Something that they made a mention of is that in countries where freedom of speech is limited and there could be like punishment for what users are saying in the region, they can instead just show like the broader region there as opposed to like specifically where they're at, where they could face retribution. I think that is a smart decision there, so that way users aren't just immediately on the fucking chopping block in places where freedom of speech is poo-pooed. So like, I don't really think it's doxing users, and I actually think this is a very valuable thing because all these accounts now that are really upset about it are ones that are actively trying to meddle and pretend to be what they are not online to influence or brainwash or what have you, or make money off of this impersonation. And I think this is a good step in a direction where people can finally see what's real and what's fake. I think that is very helpful. As things get muddier and muddier, a little bit of clarity on some of these accounts, especially in the political space, that's been the biggest talking point here, because so many politically charged accounts, especially in American politics, turns out they're not actually even American accounts. Turns out they're not even like Americans in general. They're based overseas, across the pond. So being able to see that, I think, is extremely helpful, so people can start to maybe break out of their bubbles and their echo chambers and realize, oh, I'm being misled here. These accounts I've been following that are pretending to be like me and relate to me in my country, well, they're not actually real. This is all phony baloney. Now, what's not phony baloney is good hygiene, and it's something you need to take very seriously, and the best way to improve your hygiene is some high-quality soap, so why not get the best soap ever created? I'm talking about Cheeky. Right now, Cheeky's got our big Black Friday sale going on where you get 20% off all of our soaps using any creator code, so go to usecheeky.com and get yourself some soap. Now, I learned about this whole Twitter change from Dolan Darkest, whom he's been like my go-to recently. He has got his finger on the pulse of fucking everything happening online, and he presented a lot of really interesting ones, so I want to show you a couple of clips from his video here.
Pro-Trump, pro-American accounts were based out of Nigeria. One account, simply called American, from Pakistan. Accounts designed to get money for Gaza were based out of Nigeria. Vladimir Putin News was from Pakistan, and there were plenty of scammers pretending to be white women.
I feel like it shouldn't be that surprising to people that a lot of these accounts are actually just fucking bot farms somewhere overseas. It seems like a lot of them were based in Pakistan. Like, it really isn't like the most eye-opening news ever that these accounts are fake. There is a business here where they are fanning flames, keeping people fearful, latched onto their titty, suckling their milk because it's making them money. So they meddle in foreign affairs in order to build a following and make money off of it, and constantly feeding you things that'll keep you afraid and keep you coming back to their pages. But it's not real. They are based outside of the area for which they so passionately fight for and pretend to be from. It is impersonating. It is lying to you.
One account known as Lisa Artist posting "Nobody wished me on my birthday" and posting this AI slot saying "I am ill and fighting with cancer. Can I get likes?" There were plenty more bot accounts just like this, and they were all based in Pakistan.
To be fair, if you were seeing all of those AI trash pictures there and were still like believing that they were the legitimate owner of the account, you need actual help. Like, you need to be fucking institutionalized. Like, even before this changed, it should be blatantly obvious to you that that is a scam. Those are fake. Like that. Like, I don't know how much more clear it could be. But here's even more clarity there. So just in case you were fucking delusional, like, you know, Bugs Bunny dropped a piano or like an anvil on your head like it was a cartoon and it made you fucking stupid that you actually thought those were really the women behind those accounts. Well, hopefully this will clear up the confusion around that.
Mariah Carey's account was based in Israel for some reason. Philippa Franson from Sweden tweeting out, "I'm proud to be white." Turns out they are from India. And the list goes on. One anti-Trump Democrat account that claimed to be living in New Jersey was actually from Kenya and deactivated their account after this was exposed.
Worth mentioning briefly that there was allegations that when the update first rolled out, the official Department of Homeland Security's Twitter account said that it was based in Israel, though they said that this was fake news, like it was the result of a glitch or something like that, and now it displays that it's based in the United States. So don't know for sure, and none of the articles have been able to verify if that truly was what was displayed in the beginning. I guess we'll never fully know, but thought it was worth putting in here anyway because it was something that was a big story that arose from this change. It's been pure chaos, pandemonium, as users have the rude awakening that a ton of these accounts they see every day, or maybe even interact with, or maybe really support, well, they're not all that you thought they were. Turns out there's a lot of underhanded tactics and a lot of shadiness going on here, if you can believe that. I actually think that the head of product at Twitter really did kind of sum it up best for why they felt the need to push a change like this forward. This is an important first step to securing the integrity of the global town square. As much as I find that vomit-inducing that they try and call Twitter like the global town square, like it's kind of cringe, that's a really good point. In order, like, if you are going to treat it like the town square where everyone congregates and talks and yaps and exchanges a lot of things, keeps everyone abreast on what's going on, well, there needs to be some level of trust, and that's just completely gone as the town square has been infiltrated by bad actors impersonating and pretending and scamming and misleading. So by having the location data be something accessible to the users, it is an effective first step at being able to deduce who actually is even a real person in this town square anymore, or who's just here to exploit and manipulate and scam and mislead.
I think one of the most insane multi-layered scams to come out of this. Last year, a few OnlyFans accounts went viral on Twitter because the models were pretending to be trans in order to get attention when they were actually cis women. Well, as it turns out, these OnlyFans models were actually Indian and African men pretending to be white women who were pretending to be transgender.
That one had to be the silliest one that he brought up there. That one is just kind of like a wacky plan. That is quite the scheme there. So, like I said, I actually do think this is a good change to the platform. I really do. So yeah, I just wanted to yap about it a little bit. That's it. See ya.